but you're never gonna be me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stain from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have a cast of thousands with me. And I'm going to just me and my son's going to have to get into it about this microphone. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring everybody in. First, she is our TikTok and cosplay queen. Let me bring Kat in. Kat, what's up? You're on mute.
Oh. Hi, there we go.
You good? How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. I can't complain. All right, next up, let me see what we're bringing next. Let me bring in my anime buddy. Let me bring in my girl, Janae. Janae, what's up?
Feeling a little bit better. Not as
There you go. Good. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and bring in my man, Ando. Ando, what's up?
I am not on mute. I will not make the same mistake as Kat. But yeah, we're all doing good tonight. How we doing, Will?
Doing all right. And last but certainly not least, our comic book
we
expert.
got more people to go. If you need a buffer between us, we'll be fine.
Okay.
I just caught that. All right. And last but certainly not least, let me bring in our comic book expert, my man Ty. Ty, what's up?
Hey, I'm ready for another great night. If I can just fix my camera, apparently. But yeah, I'm ready.
What's going on, man?
Now he's down below me.
I'm always going to be below.
Wrong way.
Shut up. Shut up. You set me up. You set me up.
Oh, man.
This is the PG show until after 10 o'clock.
Don't really need to separate you two. Don't really need to do that.
Do not separate us.
And I would be willing to say it's a PG-13 show till after 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, PG-13. Totally.
Yes, till after 10. But after that,
all bets are off.
I think all gloves are off. No.
Oh, the gloves will be off, among other things.
Hold on. We can't have the visuals. But
Sorry, blur it out real quick. Hold on, blur it out.
Will, I can do this. Will, I will do this.
We'll fix it.
Now you don't see what's going on behind the camera.
That doesn't look much better. I'm just saying the part of it that got doesn't look any better.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to know what that picture is, Ando.
You got to complain about something. Just take it as it is, Kat.
I mean, I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying.
Let me put this down.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and we have our resident video game streamer in the house. What's up, Diamond?
What's up, everyone?
How you doing?
Doing good. How are y'all?
They're pretty good. Can't complain. Man, we got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about tonight. But first, Ando, me and you started this conversation in the chat, and you said you weren't really a PS5 dude.
So, long story short, I've been an Xbox guy since my days in the military. My buddy Wade, on certain Navy bases, they have MWR, which is your morale and welfare team, that try to make life in the military as normal as possible. Obviously, when you're stationed on an aircraft carrier, you're stationed on a ship for 4 years or 2 years or 3 years at a time. You can't go home every weekend unless you live in town. So when you're away at dry dock or when you're away at sea, they have a group of people that do whatever they can to kind of make you feel like you're at home. One of the things when I was in dry dock in Bremerton, there's a station in Bremerton, Washington, on Puget Sound, that had a kind of a facility that was open 24 hours where people could do laundry. They had the TV and the movie theater kind of set up there. But they also had gaming sections. And at the time, I owned a PS2, but I was very kind of picky about the library of games that I played. I didn't play any real sports games. Madden was about the only one that I played. And then I didn't really get into any kind of action, adventure, role-playing games. It was just kind of like I play games when I go home to kind of unmelt my mind from the military time that I was there. So my buddy Wade, he was big in Xbox, and he was a big Halo guy. I didn't really play a whole lot of first-person shooters because I was horrible at them. He actually was the one that said, hey, come over to this place. They got Xboxes that you can play. Keep games inside the systems overnight. So, people don't steal them, so they lock them up. But people can still play them. So even if you can't sleep or you're not on duty, you can get away from the ship. You got kind of an area that you can get away, kind of take your mind off of things. And one night, I had just gotten off duty, and I wasn't kind of ready to turn my mind off. Like, I'm a single guy. I'm 2007. Yeah, I would have been 20, 21. None of the bars are open, and it's kind of like, dude, okay, I'm just going to go. We started playing this game called Halo 3. I think, hands down, anybody who's played Halo, I think will say that Halo 3 was the best Halo. Best Halo, hands down. In a matter of 12 hours. Yeah, because I got off at 7:30. In a matter of 12 hours, I beat Halo 3. 2 hours later, GameStop inside the Kitsap Mall opened up. I had my first Xbox 360. I had my first 2 games, which was Halo 3 and Gears of War. I think Gears of War was out at that time. And from that point, I was an Xbox guy. I've been Xbox since 2007. Not to say that there aren't games on PlayStation or the PlayStation family that I don't play. Legend of Dragoon is my all-time favorite game. It is the game to this day that I remember where all the secrets are at, and I do not need to look anything up on that game. I suck at the addition still, and that's 22 years after the game came out that I'm still horrible at it. But it's not that I don't like PlayStation 5. It's just I'm bred towards Xbox. So everybody kind of has a dog in the fight. My dog is with Xbox. I'm not against trying out PlayStation 5. If somebody will, if you want to gift me a PlayStation 5, I'll give you my P.O. box. But I mean, if the situation arises that a lot of the games that I play are either cross-platform with Xbox or are Xbox exclusive. Now, God of War is one of those that I would take a spin on because I played God of War on PlayStation 3. Twisted Metal is one of those that if they remake and it's PlayStation exclusive, I would buy a PlayStation 5 for the Twisted Metal exclusives. But I mean, for the most part, it's like most of the games that I play are at this day and age cross-platform, and there's nothing that really kind of tips my boat towards PlayStation.
Makes sense.
And I got to back up Ando on this. So I was a PC gamer until 2009, 2010, when I had to accept that my PC gaming, because I did a lot of MMORPGs, and I mean, we're talking even way back to the good old days, before EverQuest. There were a few of them out there that are still, and I'm blanking on the name right now, but there's
Dragon
but
Quest.
they really took a lot of time. And so for me, when I was like, hey, like PC gaming is just really just sucking my life XP. And even if I was going to play something like Call of Duty that was like through Steam or like Microsoft compatible.
Can we take a minute to, okay. Yep. Okay. I'm getting beat up by a baguette, people. Now, God damn it. Bubble, take that. No, that's a bubble.
No. And bubbles. Oh my goodness.
So for me, it was like, okay, I want something that's going to give me that same type of quality. And I had friends that had PlayStations growing up. So, I mean, I was familiar with it. I played some Monster Rancher, some Final Fantasy, but nothing that was like really grabbed my attention. So when I had to figure out how am I going to replace my gaming fix and not lose all this real world XP, for me, it was Xbox.
Yeah.
And I got the 360 with the Kinect at the time.
Yes.
And I've like in my house, there are like 5 or 6 Xboxes.
Yeah.
Now, have I considered getting a PlayStation 5 because like I've played like the game Catherine and a few other PlayStation games that were just kind of like mind numbers.
Yeah.
You know, like Catherine had a great story.
Catherine is kind of the weird one to say that's a 9, that's a minded number.
Well, it is because of all the puzzle stuff. Like the puzzle stuff where I can just sit.
It'd be nightmare inducing.
It wasn't nightmare inducing for me because I was the Catherine. Like,
okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, it was like the puzzle part of it was like I could just unwind because it's like, okay, move that jump, it wasn't a lot of like strategy and gotta
you can turn your brain off and still play the game.
Yeah. So have we contemplated getting like some PlayStations in our house? Yes. Did I buy an Xbox Series X instead? Yes. You know, I'm in the same boat Ando is. Like even Nintendo, like all my friends had Nintendo growing up, but I was taught that Nintendo would rot my brain, but computer games were just completely fine. So I never got that same love for Nintendo that a lot of people I know have.
I have my Switch. Janae, you still need to add me.
I know.
You need to add me too, man. You think
I
about it?
know.
Yeah. Years of GameStop selling, coming down to it's always funny because this whole console war has always been just something that makes me laugh because at the end of the day, you're going to gravitate towards the games that you like. You're going to gravitate towards the games that your friends are playing, the ones that you feel the most connection to.
I was gonna ask Ty, with you being a former GameStop employee, what were the were there rules that you sold by when you worked at GameStop?
What do you mean?
So when I worked at GameStop as first off a key holder, and then when I became assistant manager, I always sold my games and my systems for new gamers on 3 rules. What are your friends playing? What do you like? And what do you want your system to do? Those were the 3. If you were looking for your exercise system and your system to get you up and going, no matter what it was the Wii or it was the Xbox with the Kinect. It had to be one of those 2. I went more for the Wii because I felt like the Wii was more exercise-based. And let's face facts, the Kinect, I mean, besides like the first generation Kinect, the rest of the Kinect sucked.
Dude, it had so much potential though.
It could have. It could have.
Microsoft gave up way too early on that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now,
I think game developers also gave up on it because there's a game, and this game is the reason I've kept my 360, is Rise of Nightmares.
Oh my God, yes.
Now, other than the fact that at any given point in time, I wanted to ditch the storyline because my wife was a whiny hoe.
Yep.
Like, I seriously had a moment in the beginning of that game, for anybody who's played it, where like she's harping on you. And I was just like, and like I'm going through like the tutorial parts, and I'm like, oh, look, a monster took her. Oh, is that game over? Did I lose already?
Oh
no, you're making me go find her.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought Fable.
A million side quests later. Oh yeah, I had a wife.
Fable, I thought was one that they had a lot of potential with as well. Fable on Kinect. But yeah, I mean, it's man.
Screenshot it.
Yeah, screenshot that, ladies and gentlemen.
It had so much potential, but it was so not done right.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about the Kinect, and this is why still to this day I can't play Rise of Nightmares once it gets dark. I don't care if I've got all the lights on in the house. I can't play it once it gets dark. Because I was playing one time and I've got the headset on, so I can't hear anything around me. And I was doing something, and the cat runs in and grabs my leg at like the perfect scary moment.
Yep.
The cat.
Yep.
And I'm done. I'm like,
the cats are the reason I refuse to do any type of virtual reality, especially those scary jump scare ones. Because you're gonna sit there, be totally immersed. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Oh my
God.
God.
So like I could not play. So that gave me that extra like sensory part for Rise of Nightmares where I couldn't play it in the dark.
Yeah.
Or it would just creep me out too bad. But like Fable, I could play sitting on my couch. And Rise of Nightmares was like, it was the ultimate, like you literally have apps that are selling the same thing right now for fitness as what Rise of Nightmares essentially was. Yeah. I could not play that game for any longer than 30 to 45 minutes without taking a break because I would be too winded from punching and kicking monsters.
That's a good way to get your exercise. I will say this though, I have seen more injuries on people playing the Wii than I have on Xbox Kinect.
Yeah.
Anderson Posse knows what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave it at that. Love you, bro.
I have been decked from Wii boxing before. Yes.
My brother, I'm going to throw my brother under the bus. He was taking a bat at Wii Sports playing baseball, and he swung. Not only did he get a strike, but he twisted his knee to the point where he injured a tendon in his knee. It was, and then get this: my dad is sitting in the back. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hold on.
Peace among worlds. Peace among worlds, y'all.
Did you see that Janae gave you the heart?
Here's the real story. It was a full count, bottom of the third inning in the game of baseball on the Wii Sports. I swung so hard that everything but my right knee turned, landed in my father's lap, who then kicked me off of him, landed on my injured knee. And then as I'm trying to get up, wondering if anything else could get worse, I heard "You've struck out," and I lost the game. So that was the icing on the cake for all of that. Hi, everybody. There you go. And I hate you for talking.
Yeah. This says the guy who blew me with bubbles.
Hey, that was funny.
That must have been an interesting ER.
That came out wrong. He didn't blow me with bubbles.
I guess after dark.
Like you said, it's a PG-13 show, ladies and gentlemen.
PG-13. We
need that parental advice or parental.
Cake. It happens.
Yes. Janae.
Dang.
Patty cake, baker's pan. There we go. But yeah, that's my story. Well, it's not that I'm not against the PlayStation 5. Or hell, I got a PlayStation 4 in my brother's room that I'm just about done paying off. It's just there are certain titles that I think that I gravitate more with the Xbox to than I do on PlayStation. It's not that I'm against it. It's just if you're giving me a side of the coin that I have to be on, it's going to be Xbox 7 days out of the week.
Because you can never go wrong with Halo.
Nope, can't. Except Halo Infinite. That was garbage. How do you give out a Halo game without a dual player campaign?
So yeah,
you
but that's
shot yourself in the foot by not getting a Halo campaign. Diamond, if you play Halo Infinite, let me know because that now has a dual campaign. And if you're looking for a side shooter, let me know.
Yeah, and Halo is like pizza. Like even when it's a bad Halo game, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know why people hate on Halo 5, though. Halo 5 Guardians was an amazing game. Yeah, the storyline was watered down because you didn't play as Chief as often. But there are going to be, like, Halo Reach was absolutely amazing, and Master Chief only made one.
I love Halo Reach. That was my favorite game.
Absolutely.
I think Halo OST, I think.
Oh, this is great. I only have one complaint for Halo 5. My complaint is the advertising was the dumbest they'd ever done. Because what they advertised was not what the game was, because they did all this cool advertising about like, oh no, we're going to introduce, Spartan Locke because he's going to go hunting for Master Chief because Master Chief has gone missing. He's gone rogue and it's going to be Hunt for the Truth. There was no conspiracy. There was no Hunt the Truth. Like it was a pretty quick, pretty easy to follow. Like, yeah.
See, if I have a complaint with Halo 5, it's that they didn't continue the Spartan Ops from Halo 4. Like the whole story with the Infinite, the Catherine Halsey. Like, come on, man. Keep that going. That's the best part of Halo 4, man.
All right. Let me see here. Is this going to come up right? Yeah,
there we go.
There you go.
Hey, Will, you should bring it down to my corner. I'm the one that needs the parental advice.
I wish I could.
Yeah, Janae's the angel of the show.
There you go.
Hey, I'm on top now. Let's go.
Oh man!
I can't
be on top of, you gotta be on top of something.
PG-13, Ty. PG-13.
We got 40 more minutes before we can go at it after dark.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one more as we're going here. But let's go ahead and get into the show. I want to ask you guys,
everybody,
who watched Dr. Who this week?
I did.
How do you watch that? What streaming platform is
the
it
Plus
on?
of thy Disney.
The Plus of a Disney. Got it.
Yes. I watched it. Did anyone else watch it or no? Or
I did not, but I'm okay with
I
spoilers.
watched it.
You did watch it, Nay?
I did, and I'm still confused.
Out of
And
curiosity,
creeped out.
what has you confused, if I may ask? Just out of curiosity.
I think it's because I just don't know like what all the Doctor does and things like that. So I'm like, what is the point of this show? Kind of a thing. It's like, are we just going on adventures and wacky things in time and
Yeah.
just
I mean, pretty much,
like,
yeah.
it's like, does he always just stumble upon problems, or do problems just, is there like an alert system in the TARDIS and they're like, hey, fix this?
Yes to everything.
I
Is
just
it
was
true?
for right
Is
now.
it true that
There
Doctor
we go.
Who? Yeah, I like that. We're right there, people.
So-
Spoiler
There
alert.
we go.
Panda?
But
I was gonna
the
say,
one
is
was
it
creepy,
is
so.
it fair to compare Doctor Who a little bit to Quantum Leap, or Quantum Leap as far as like
No.
no?
I was
Okay.
like,
I think as far as the unpredictability of what they're going to run into, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in Quantum Leap, like Sam, the only difference is like the Doctor doesn't know what problem he's there to solve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing though. Doctor isn't always looking for a problem. He's looking for adventure, and then he just stumbles into problems. With
Right.
Quantum Leap, his whole thing is like, I'm jumping into problems to fix it in time. I mean, if you squint, you can fix that element, like you're fixing things, you're saving the day, but like the Doctor's so much more. No, what I'll say, Janae, about this episode this week, this episode is not something that, like, so this episode has happened before, kind of. Like, this is a typical Doctor Who episode. However, I am going to get on Doctor Who's case because this episode to me was too early. This episode, the Doctor is very famous for either getting captured, disrupting the time, or accidentally abandoning his companions and then having to come find them, and years later have passed. This, so like I said, this has happened before with a lot of his people. I just think that usually when it happens in the series, the people have been with him for at least 10 to 15 adventures. So like they kind of they're on the.
Rose was not. On her first or second adventure was when they lost time and everyone thought Rose was dead.
Which one is that? What are you talking about? Which one is that?
Tennant. So now, mind you, he didn't lose Rose in time, but he took Rose from her time, and they were supposed to come back, and it was supposed to be like 15 minutes had gone by, and they went on like 2 adventures, and when they came back, there were literally like obits.
But so what I'm meaning by, I'm not talking about, so because he didn't lose her there. They
No, he was with her,
Yeah.
but the timeline they came back to was completely different.
What I'm talking about, because they had been gone a year, and which didn't realize it. No, what I'm talking about is situations like, so with David Tennant, Martha, when David Tennant gets captured by the Master, and Martha is out on her own for over a year trying to build the Resistance and all that stuff. Like that's what I'm talking about. Those situations where the Doctor gets separated from their people for long periods of time. And Martha's not the only one. There's several of those situations where the Doctor disappears and 5 or 10 years go by because the character has to go either build a life or fight a resistance, do something until the Doctor can be saved or returned. But again, typically when that happens, they have had they've had enough adventures so they know what to expect. They know how to prepare themselves. They know how to have a mindset about looking for the Doctor. And for me, I feel like Ruby is only, this is what, episode 4 or 5 for Ruby. It just feels a bit early. I do know that I believe this is going to be a shorter season, so maybe that's why they're putting this episode in there like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's too early because it's a fucked up thing. It's a super fucked up thing to abandon it. And sorry, I don't care if I'm spoiling it here for you, but yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Ruby has to basically live her entire life and die, and to reset time. Something happens that causes the Doctor to disappear. I will admit the show doesn't really just talk about why he disappears, so it's whatever. But that's not something Doctor Who hasn't done before, where just something happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially he disappears, and she's can't get back into the TARDIS, and she's just left there, and so she has to live out her entire life and as well as like kind of dealing with things that like some weird supernatural stuff that affects her.
Why isn't her TARDIS key working? Because he gave her one.
Yep, the TARDIS won't let her in. So she gets left behind, and so and TARDIS doesn't move. The TARDIS stays there. It's just the Doctor disappears. He vanishes. And so she kind of has to like basically, except she ends up living her entire life. And what sucks is when she lives out her life dealing with a supernatural situation that kind of like alienates her from the rest of the population. People kind of like she ends up losing like her adopted mother and everything. So it's a super messed up episode because she has to like kind of go on living the rest of her life and figure out why she has to deal with the supernatural issue that she's dealing with. And it goes all the way up until she's in her deathbed. Like I think it's supposed to be, oh God, probably 60 to 80 years later. And so like she lives out that whole life and then dies, and then happens to be able to fix the time stream so that it never happens. But it's a fucked up episode to have this early on for a character who has just joined the Doctor. But I guess technically, since she fixed the time stream, that version of her will never exist, so it never happens. So I guess that's the good thing. We'll never have that shitty situation. But yeah, other than that, it's a through and through. It's a Doctor Who episode. It's very clear to be a Doctor Who. Like it's following the path every Doctor Who has always done.
Anybody else got anything they want to add to that?
I think I'll just keep watching and trying. I think also my problem is like I'm not used to British shows, and so things are different. Like the flow and stuff like that. It's like it just seems very 90s kids cartoon, not cartoonish show, but you know what I'm talking like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, and things like that. And I'm not expecting that as an adult.
Some of that is coming from this Doctor, though.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's just so, I don't know, I like the vibe of him is just like, because he's just so like, and so I'm just like
in this episode for about 5 minutes.
I'm just like, I don't think I could be around this Doctor that long. I'd just be like, man, you got a lot of energy, and I work with kids.
I will say one fun thing is we did get to see Kate Bishop, or no, not Kate Bishop, but Kate. What is her name? From the military?
Oh, I don't know her last name either, but I know who you're talking about.
From Unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shows up.
Ooh.
I know. I was like, "Hey, it's her!" I was like, "Yeah." So, Janae, there's like that military lady that shows up at the diner to help her. Mm. She is a long-time running character that has popped up in the Doctor Who franchise, as well as her father is a character from way back classic Doctor Who. So, so she's a legacy character that is showing up. So it was just cool to see her because, like, wait, so
she's kind of like Sid in all of Final Fantasy games. There's always a Sid.
She leads Unit. Unit is a military faction that kind of helps. I forgot what their title Unit stands for, but essentially they try to protect the world from like weird space threats and stuff. But they also like know that the Doctor exists, so they actively do everything they can to help the Doctor. Like there's protocols that when the world goes into like shit mode, the Doctor becomes the president of the world. Yeah. Just because they know that like, well, we can't handle space, because you're living in a society where the Earth has been attacked by alien races over and over
like
and over
every week,
and over again.
Every Christmas it happens.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Every Christmas there's something going on in London. But so they always
don't
help
visit London during Christmas is what you say.
They make that joke too.
Put it on my not to do list.
But the unit is really cool, and so they help out. And so when she's talking about like helping past people, we see that in some of the anniversary episodes. We see that they find a lot of the past companions and they help give them jobs or help them take them on, because companions kind of just sometimes get left behind, and so Unit helps them out.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a lot there. Sorry.
I will keep plugging along.
What you might try doing, Janae, I hate to say it, is
go back.
Go back. Yeah. See if you can catch a couple of the earlier episodes of like 9 and 10. Now, mind you, like I said, this Doctor's energy, I think I need to go back and rewatch the Christmas episode because I don't think I was fully paying attention. To kind of really understand his motives. And that may also help you as well kind of understand why he's kind of like, because I think you're used to hearing more about the Doctor, like when you hear about it in fan fiction or fans talk about it.
They all look really serious. And
I don't know if Janae will like Christopher Eccleston. I think she should start with David Tennant.
But I think Eccleston sets a lot of like, well, Eccleston is hard for some people. I think
I
he
like
sets
Eccleston.
the tone.
Yeah,
So the tone from Eccleston to Tennant, that transition,
there is,
I think kind of just sets the scene.
Eccleston
There's
was
a
the
lot
one
of
that played,
continuity issues in Eccleston, though. Eccleston did in the writing. There was a lot of continuity issues. I pointed actually at the time I was rewatching. I wrote down a lot of them because I was like, he brought up like there's so many funny ones that happen in there that are like, I don't know if that's true going forward in Doctor.
So Eccleston was the one that played Deathstroke in G.I. Joe, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I like him. He's a good character.
Yeah.
He also
only
played
gone
in.
for 1 year.
Yeah, he played in Gone in 60 Seconds too, opposite Nicolas Cage.
Yep, he was the bad guy. Yep. He was also in the most recent season of True Detectives.
Nice.
All right,
Just
all
that-
right.
His line in Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm not an asshole. Do I look like an asshole? And Nicolas Cage just looks at him dumb-faced. Yeah.
He liked wood. Yep, timey-wimey.
Yep.
Metal's
Yeah, and like I
ugly.
said, that's why I think
Cold.
Janae may need to go back and watch at least some sort of season where the Doctor transitions to a new Doctor, to a new face, to kind of understand some of it.
You can't. I think going from David Tennant to Matt Smith would be a more enjoyable one for her, but
then
Hey, how you
she'd
doing,
have all the questions about how did Rose come into play.
sure. But I mean, like, up to you. I mean, yeah.
How you doing, John? Appreciate you coming out to the stream, my friend.
Hello,
All
John.
right, this
We'll
ahead.
jump in.
Hello, John.
this year's two-part finale of Doctor Who will play in cinemas on June 21st, but only in the UK so far.
Yep.
It makes sense. That actually makes sense. There's a rumor going around the third Doctor will be returning in the upcoming Doctor Who season finale, according to a new casting leak. John Petrie's son, Sean Petrie, will be playing the third incarnation of the Doctor in the upcoming episodes. Now, who here watched Star Trek Discovery?
I watched the week before, but I haven't watched this week's. I was trying to watch it before tonight, but I didn't, so I apologize.
Hey, that's
Better
really
than me,
good.
Ty. I did not watch.
Okay, I have to move back.
I'll watch it right after. I started. I got 10 minutes into it, but I was like, I got to do the podcast, so I'll go back after.
That's what we got the spoiler alert up there.
That's okay. That's okay.
So
We-
this week on Discovery, it turns out the Breen ended up beating Discovery to the site of the final artifact.
Ouch.
So because they did give them the location, the information, but what they had to do to get away from the Breen to avoid being blown up damaged their spore drive, which then the time it took for them to repair that delayed them in getting to the right location. You know, usual Star Trek stuff.
To my husband, he's getting me a drinky drink.
Oh, nice God.
A nice strong drinky drink.
Oh, are we going?
I would ask her.
Oh my goodness.
Are we starting after dark early? If we're starting after dark early, I will totally grab a drink.
I'm gonna
I
just
would-
down it and then sip
You
it.
know what? I will even do you guys one day. Hold on.
Janae, I would ask for a drinky drink as well, but last time I asked for a drink, it looks like I was gonna be told $20 for one, so I think I'm okay.
He finally got Deadpool. He got a case of Coca-Cola, and it was Deadpool, so he's happy.
Wait, that's I still don't have my Moon Knight, my Blade, or my Captain America, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, I haven't gone to the store to look for
Just
them.
go to Maverick. They have them. I swear, I've seen them.
I have Scarlet Witch, but I just need to get Moon Knight, that Blade.
What the hell?
There we go. You guys, I'm gonna mute myself, but you guys have mouse on chat. So
I was
let me go
gonna
get my
say
drink and I'll be
moving
right
on
back.
to Mouse now. Mouse is the new host.
Whoa.
Oh,
your
Mouse
pants
is
on.
being handsome for
Only
the
fans
camera.
that is like spend money now.
Sorry, wrong button. And mouse is a girl, not a guy.
So she pretty.
She being pretty for the camera.
Yeah.
But what else happened on Discovery, Cat?
Yeah. So they end up jumping to the location where the Breen's at because they saw them take the artifact and take off with it. Because I think they had to basically haul it with like a tractor beam initially. And the reason that this is so important to the Breen is because this will bring back Maul. Locke. Sorry, I always get the two mixed up. And if that happens, then that gives him the throne. And it could potentially kind of, I mean, not only would it give Mach and Law then control of Breen, but it could potentially, because of some of the prophecies and things of the Breen's religions, kind of bring peace amongst all the warring Breen factions.
So the Breen were able to get it, because not trying to. So I watched the first 10 minutes, and when they jump in between the two black holes.
Yeah.
And the last image I saw before I turned on TV was they zoomed in on the zoom screen and they see the artifact balanced between the two. So did the Bree show up in it, or was it empty and they got it and the Bree had already taken it out?
No, they got there as the Breen were taking off with it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they zoomed in on the camera and we see it sitting there, and I turned off the TV right there. So
yeah, so they have this fabulous idea that the captain and Book are going to go in disguised as Breen soldiers and get their hands on the artifact and then get beamed out.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all. What could possibly, in the world of Star Trek, what could possibly go wrong, right?
I will say the actor who played Booker, obviously after watching the week previous episode of him being able to be that consciousness helping her through the library, the actor's great.
I think he's an amazing actor. Especially in the Star Trek universe.
He's just doing so well. The only joke I'm gonna make though is the fact that they are. Man, he will not take that jacket off, will he? In any situation, because he's sitting there trying to fix things, and the jacket is in the way. But nope, gotta keep that big trench coat leather jacket on because he looks so cool. I'm like, that thing is in the way when you're doing repairs, my guy. You can see it in the way, and he's just like, I'm not taking that jacket off.
Yeah. So they end up getting on the ship, and they do pretty good up to a certain point. But then they realize the problem is with this artifact, by the time they get to it, Locke is already inside the artifact. And where they're at with the deflectors and everything that's going on, because Discovery's cloaked, so that way they don't know that the Discovery's gotten to them. But they basically have the choice of we can either stay cloaked or we can have shields. Which is it? And if they're cloaked, because of the force field around the bay where the artifact is, they can't get a lock on them to beam them out. So naturally, there's kind of like some back and forth, and Maul runs into the artifact, and the captain runs in after her.
Oh, wow.
In the meantime, second in command, which this guy is like, he's that old war captain that like can't forget Nam.
The Battlestar Galactica guy?
Yeah.
I love him so much. He always belongs in sci-fi.
Oh yeah. So, he has this very strong dislike though for the Breen because of his past experiences with them. So they have to come up with a way though, so that the Breen don't just instantly blow them out of the sky, and that they can get in and get the artifact and get everybody beamed out. So they come up with this harebrained idea that basically puts all the shields to the front. They, to John's comment, I didn't. I've seen it, but I didn't end up picking up that crossover in the comic world.
I know I didn't.
Yeah. So they basically put all the shields to the front of the ship because the Breen can only attack them head on. They have to fly in at a 30-degree angle in order to breach the barrier shield on their docking bay
Right.
to get into the ship and be able to get the captain and book out. And in true Star Trek fashion, they're able to do this. And this docking bay, it is like the size of the Death Star.
Their dreadnought's massive.
You see the Enterprise go in, pull like a full 180.
Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery, sorry. Yeah. Pull a full 180 and fly right back out.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, they have managed to get the artifact, which means they also have somehow, and I blinked apparently at this point, Maul got out, but Locke was still in it.
Yeah, I'll let you know in 2 hours when I rewatch it.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it too. I've rewatched it twice, but every time at that point, I don't know, I blink and I'm like, how is she back with the green?
I'll just be like,
yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, it was a really action-packed episode, which is what I know a lot of people are enjoying about this season, is that it is so action-packed, and we're all a bunch of action junkies.
well, it's a treasure hunt. Who doesn't love a good treasure hunt?
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves. That's why we watch pirate shows. That's why Black Sails was so popular.
No, you watch pirate shows because of Johnny Depp. Let's admit.
There's a reason Sony has found a way to make people buy.
I watch pirate shows because of Captain Vane.
Oh.
If you've seen Black Sails, you know.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason Sony is able to make people buy Tomb Raider all over again and just call it Uncharted.
What is she eating?
Bagel bite.
Oh, what?
And you don't share.
A bagel bite.
I want a bagel bite.
Hi, run over there. You'll get there before the show's over. And then you can get your Deadpool cans.
If there's any left.
Start scarfing them down.
I know.
I know, they start shoveling in like Cookie Monster.
What I do is
What's on, guys?
in my phone,
Janae?
and as you see me getting in the car, I'm like, I'm coming.
Janae, I'm going to say this with all, Janae, I'm going to say this with all love and respect, but you are not the Cookie Monster. You're the bagel bitch. You're not sharing. Ty's going to walk up and be like, I need mine. Get away from my bagel bite.
Oh, my
Janae,
goodness.
are you sick again? No, they're my bagel bites.
Oh, mine.
I asked for them very nicely and they were reluctantly given to me. So
Reluctant? Man. You don't reluctantly not give your wife food. If she asks for food, you give her food.
In my house, if you try and deny me food, that's a stabbing. Like that is you are legally able to be stabbed at that point.
That is a murder attempt. Not attempt to feed. No,
if you have to share with the kids.
Oh yeah, no. So are the kids banging at the door? Mom, my bagel bites.
That's what you hit with the Gollum, my precious.
My precious bagels. My bagels. My precious bagels.
Mommy.
I have food in my mouth. I can't do that voice right now.
I need my bagels. All right, can I continue? We're sorry. We're terrible.
No. Like that was pretty much all I had to say about the episode.
Okay. We're terrible. All right.
I mean, I just acknowledge on national podcasts that, my husband on a regular basis gets threatened to get stabbed. I mean,
Like the FBI, like what can I do about her?
no, that's like the ongoing saying in my house, and you can blame Titus for this because he does a bit about it, and it's so. What did you do to get stabbed? And like in my house, that's like a regular saying. Not that I've ever actually stabbed him. I've only lit his things on fire, but he knew I was going to do it. He was warned.
Hey, if you warn him and he doesn't fix the problem, it's
that's his fault.
That was exactly what he told his coworkers too. When he's sitting there on break watching this video,
That's his fault.
of me with his stuff in a metal bowl and lighter fluid and lighting it on fire. He's like, they're like, dude, she's crazy. He's like, nah, man. She warned me she was going to do it.
Damn.
She told me if I left my dirty socks in the living room one more time, she was going to light those things on fire. I knew it was coming.
Is it like that Is it like that John Lovett scene from Little Nicky when the bird's trying to rape him and he goes, I deserve this! I deserve this!
Kind of, yeah. But on the bright side,
Will
in
knows
6
what I'm
years,
talking about.
I
Will
know
knows
too.
what I'm talking about.
But in 6 years, he hasn't left a pair of dirty socks in the living room since.
That's good. That's good.
He learned his
Don't
lesson.
test me.
He learned his lesson.
So Will and Janae and Ty and Diamond, when we all go down to Kat's place for this get together for the Geek Gauntlet, rule number 1, we all leave our socks in the living room.
No.
There we go.
No, we leave his socks.
Oh, okay. So
We
we're all just
frame
gonna put
him.
on his socks.
Yep. Yep.
Every once in a while, he'll slip up and do it, and then like I'll give him that look like the angry monkey from Family Guy, that,
Damn.
Nice.
and he scurries around and picks them all up and puts them in the hamper.
Damn.
Hey, monkey trained well. Just say, oh,
Well,
All right.
see, Ando, you have no room to talk because I am the appropriate level of crazy for most sailors.
okay. I did it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I think you and I are gonna have a fun ass time when we get to that Geek Gauntlet meetup.
Oh, it'll be insane. But like we
Yeah,
can.
absolutely.
But here'll be the cool thing. We have a room here where we can set that all up to literally just stream in a room together. It won't have to be all these different screens. It'll all just be like a panel.
Yeah, the same
Let's do
screen.
Fuck
One
yeah,
screen.
let's do it.
Cool.
Or
But
All
today's
right,
gotta
all
bring
we're all
the
in that
pizza
same
bites.
room and we all have our own screens, or we're just like reaching over and just like
Right? Janae comes over and slaps me just because I'm a Cougars fan.
All right. Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 3 finished up. And apparently there was a new episode of Star Wars this week.
Which
I got
Star
caught up
Wars?
to episode 2.
I'm guessing the Jedi Tales of Jedi or something like that, right?
Yes.
It has a
I
few
didn't see it.
episodes out, and I watched 2 and 3.
Damn.
But like,
You guys see what I have to put up with on a day-to-day basis? Day-to-day basis every day.
Oh my goodness.
Magic word.
but
What magic word did I say?
You said it.
What?
Ooh, I like John's idea. I just have to
Fucking
figure out how to make it happen. The Lego movie style with the double-decker couch.
There you go.
right.
That's a good idea.
Maybe a good idea. Very good idea. Apparently, and Todd, this is more your area. Looks to be there's a Predator versus Black Panther fur comic issue crossover coming this August.
Mhm.
I'm going to be that's going to be very interesting to
That
see.
should, yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of an interesting crossover.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so Alien and Predator right now have been doing a lot of stuff with the comics. The Alien comics have been super successful.
Yeah.
So I think they just wrapped up the Wolverine versus Predator not too long ago.
Ooh.
And they've been doing a what if Alien
Aliens.
right now.
Yeah,
I
have those.
Coming out in July, I think is going to be Avengers versus Aliens. I think.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to pick that up.
And so yes, coming out in August will be Predator and Black Panther. I haven't read any of them, so I'm not really. I don't think they're like anything like same universe or anything. Like I don't think it's anything like made. It's just more for fun. But I'm sure they're fun comics because, like I said, I read the Alien comics by themselves, and they've been quite a bit. They've been good. So I can only. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of cool crossovers. I think we have some of those written down for coming up. Like I know there's gonna be an Ultraman Avengers comic as well coming out this summer.
My news.
What?
I was part of my news for anime. Was that
Oh.
one? And so I was gonna be. If I was gonna go before you, I was gonna be like, "Oh, Ty, I'm taking some of your thunder."
Well, you can't take thunder because I always have it.
That's all right, Janae. You be the lightning. The lightning is always more prettier than the thunder. Just saying. People get scared of the thunder. People don't get scared of the lightning.
Until it hits you.
That's your fire.
Yeah,
And then you dead. And then you dead.
You did.
Not always.
Drag-
Not always.
Yeah, not always.
Not always.
Take me down, Janae, with all of your hate.
Damn. All right. The game Multiverse has made its return, and apparently I haven't played it since it was taken off the server. But it's back, and it adds the Joker, Jason, and Agent Smith. Also, it has Banana Guard and some new stages you can play on.
So this is that fighting game that came out with like Shaggy and Superman.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep.
I haven't played it since about the first month that it came out. So.
Yep, same.
I haven't played it since they took it off the server.
Yeah.
And it's
But
like,
that should have been. That still should have been one of those games. I mean, is it an online only game or? Because if it's not an online only game, if you had it pre-installed or you bought the game, it should have been one of those you could continue.
I don't think
play.
there's any campaign. I think it's all online.
It's all online.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all online. Yeah.
Well, it was a free to play for the most part. Free to play.
It was free to play.
Yeah. So like,
because it came out on PlayStation. It came out on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, because it was cross-platform. Because I have it on my Xbox One S.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, but I mean, if it's an online-only game and you shut the servers down, you can't play it. So.
Yeah. And finally, for our news this week, Jon Snow show is no longer in development.
oh wow, that's such a big just slap. I didn't know that was coming. Wow.
Oh no, Jon Snow! What am I gonna do without another Game of Thrones show?
But did he know?
Jon Snow doesn't know. Jon Snow doesn't know. That is no
the point is,
Wow.
Ando, but the point is, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Knowing is half the battle, baby.
Yeah, that show is never going to take off. Which sucks because, let's be honest, had Game of Thrones ended on a really cool high note,
it would have been different.
Jon Snow show would have been dope, like dope as hell.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like they're just milking. I mean, House of Dragon sure has been great. It has been. Matt Smith just is.
Apparently, Matt Smith is God to tie.
I'll tell you right now, all the people who thought Matt Smith casting in this Game of Thrones show from Doctor Who, they're like, "Oh, this is never gonna work." Yeah, go to hell because you're all wrong.
So can I respectfully ask: is it Jesus, then Matt Smith, and somebody else, or is it Matt Smith then Jesus?
You don't want my answer, Ando.
No! like Will said, knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
I think I just answered for you.
Okay. Praise be to Matt Smith. Amen.
Well, everyone hail Cthulhu. Come on, everyone knows that. But
only because Eric Cartman / the Coon brought him back to life, yo. And technically, that's not fair because the BP oil spill is the one that brought Cthulhu into life. So.
We're sorry.
Hold on. We're sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. No, John. Facts. That movie had so much potential, and it was kind of it was hard. It was a hard one to watch.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask, which horrible Terminator movie? Because besides the first two, the rest of them were garbage.
The one with Matt Smith. Terminator. What is Genesis? I think it was.
Genesis had Matt Smith.
Was it Genesis or was it Dark Fate? It was one of the two.
Dark Fate was the one that brought back Linda Hamilton's character.
Yeah.
Was it Dark Fate?
I don't know. Now I gotta look, man.
One of them had Matt Smith.
No, they didn't.
Wasn't super great. Like it was rough.
Wasn't one of them a Terminator where like they phased through liquid and she was like a woman?
Yeah, that was Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Right?
I just know Matt Smith was dope.
John says Genesis spelled with a Y.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Genesis. So I was like, what is Genesis?
Holy shit, Genesis came out 10 years ago. Oh, that's the one with Emilia Clarke. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're talking about Game of Thrones, y'all.
Right? It all connects.
Real quick, Ty brought us some Blade news. Blade is undergoing another round of significant revisions featuring Michael Green's departure. Marvel is now in search of a new writer. Nevertheless, the story is finalized and filming is scheduled to commence in Mexico or Brazil in fall 2024. Additionally, casting for a new male main villain is underway.
This is like development hell for a movie.
Yep.
This is terrible.
What's the actor's name again? Just playing Blade. What's his name?
Musashi something.
Yeah. I think after
that guy
this,
with really
he
weird
deserves
something
a medal or something. For the fact that he has held on to this role, because this is what are we looking at 6+ years since the announcement of his like walking out on stage at Comic-Con and being like, I'm gonna be Blade, and it's like I feel bad for this dude because he's admitted he's given up other roles, he's given up other things because he's been doing this project. And that guy's a great actor. He's a phenomenal actor.
He is.
Was he the bad guy in Luke Cage?
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
He was a bad guy for like 3 episodes and he died. He was killed by his sister who became
Matt, man. I'm sorry, Come on, Matt.
What?
he had to make more bagel bites than the kids ate them all. They didn't even get no more.
No, he's making more right now because they ate them all.
Oh man.
They're the Fred Meyer off-brand, but they're
pizza bagels are pizza bagels, baby.
It don't matter where they from. Pizza bagels.
Pizza, just like the pizza rolls, the little Totino rolls. I don't care if they're store brand. I don't care if they're Walmart. I don't care if they're Totino pizza bag. If you get them, dude, sign me up. I'm dipping them in ranch and let's go.
All right, let's go ahead and finish up the show with our 2 segments. First, Diamond, what you got for our video game news tonight?
So, what's it called? Xbox has reportedly greenlit Ninja Theory's next game. So Ninja Theory isn't worried about the layoffs.
Okay.
What was the last game that Ninja Theory made?
The Hellblade.
Oh god. All right.
The new Hellblade game.
Yeah.
And then Creative Assembly reported working on a Total War Star Wars game. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully that comes out.
Oh, speaking of, before I didn't mean to cut you off, Diamond, but rumors are in reports that they're coming out with a live-action KOTOR series, based around Bastila and Darth Revan.
Oh,
love it!
Let's go.
And then Sony is preparing for a new PSP that will run PS4 games. So
PSP.
I don't know.
Now that would be interesting.
It would be, but now. I mean, because what? The PlayStation Vita essentially flopped. The PlayStation Portable, I only think the reason the PlayStation Portable was bad was because of the disc format that they decided to use.
The UVAs.
Yeah. I mean, how do you make it work, though? Because the games that they have on PS4, you're not going to be able to fit on cartridge. So it's going to be essentially a download-only system unless you get, like, a memory card or something.
And then we already have one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I mean, because that's the Switch.
PS5 do that, in a way?
I mean, if you have like the
Play.
PlayStation Play, but I mean, you still have to have the online subscription for. I mean, if that's even still a thing. So I mean, I mean, I like the idea, but the fact is the Switch kind of has that mobile market already kind of locked down. No, I mean,
PlayStation. I don't think anything PlayStation will be able to crack that.
I think PlayStation should just stick to home consoles at this point. Continue to do that. Now the problem that they have with the home console is because Microsoft is buying up all these big name productionists for video games, and PlayStation's kind of got their backs to the wall. This could be kind of the writing on the wall for them.
Kat looks like she's angry at Ando when she keeps looking that way.
No, I'm actually downloading my Killer Clowns game.
Tired.
Why does everybody got a problem with me? This one wants to strangle me. This one hates me.
I don't hate you.
Wanting me to strangle you. I just said I wanted to punch you.
Well, now you can uppercut me. Ow! Ow! My face! All because I made a comment about your pizza pockets. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Dom.
You know what, though? Janae, cheers to that. That was a nice uppercut you just hit.
There you go.
Okay. Rockstar's co-founder Dan Houser's new game will be an open-world adventure set in a sci-fi expanded universe.
That could be interesting, especially coming from Rockstar. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Or hopefully
Rockstar has current day with Grand Theft Auto and old time with Red Dead Redemption. They could pull something like that off.
Yeah, unless they try to focus more on do what GTA did and have like the online server like paying for shark cards and everything.
Yeah, but that's kind of the nature of every online game now is microtransactions.
True.
So
subscriptions. But yeah, that's all I have for gaming news.
Appreciate it, Diamond. Thank you. And Janae, we'll finish up with you for the evening.
We have
anime news. What you got for us?
Well, Bandai Namco Filmworks has announced that Ghost in the Shell franchise is getting a new TV animation series in 2026 for Ghost in the Shell fans.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Now, Ghost in the Shell was that one movie that Scarlett Johansson was in, right?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
That's the worst movie. That movie. I love my girl. I love my girl Scarlett. I love her, but that was a terrible ass movie.
I've never seen it.
Like I said, I'm sorry.
You never seen
bring it up. I didn't mean to bring it
Not
up.
the live action. Not the live action. No.
You never seen.
It's like that Kira moment, like leave me alone.
Don't.
I don't want to step on
The moment the show started, every time she can't breathe, I was done.
I'm going to keep my comment. We're almost, actually, no. We are at Geek After Dark.
Yes,
Will, you wish you wish you was stroking in other ways.
I think Endo's having like a heart attack or something over there. Someone call 911.
Look, I was debating on if I wanted to commit. And at this point, like the thought is going through my head. I had no filter. It was going to come out. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm committed. Exactly.
I can agree with that. It was a decent movie. I think some of the controversy that was not controversy overshadowed it into it being a really good Ghost in the Shell movie, but it was a decent movie, just not a great Ghost in the Shell movie.
Yeah.
I've seen Ghost in the Shell and I do enjoy it. However, before I saw Ghost in the Shell, I saw Appleseed, which
Appleseed was
slightly similar. I think, and for me, my personal, just because since Appleseed I saw it first, I love Appleseed, and I think Appleseed is amazing.
Appleseed was so good, and the soundtrack is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's great. But so when I went and finally saw Ghost in the Shell, I was just like, it's alright, it's cool. No, the Appleseed to me is.
It was amazing, just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh
my first rated R anime movie.
Scandalous.
Go ahead, Janae. You got anything else?
All right. So next up, Sanrio is celebrating their 50th anniversary for Kitty White, which is AKA Hello Kitty. And so they've been doing a lot of crossovers and stuff. I've seen Sanrio characters with Care Bears and Sanrio characters with Sailor Moon. Well, now they are going to be combining with Clamp, who's done Sakura and Angelic Layer and a bunch of amazing manga. So that'll be exciting to see what they come up with to combining those two.
Love the Angelic Layer.
We already talked about the Ultraman franchise with the 4-issue miniseries going to launch on August 14th. And then the other thing, I don't know if there's any Fairy Tail fans, but Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest should be premiering and dropping July 7th. So
really,
but it says the manga, so I don't know if it's the manga or the anime because they didn't. The picture they showed was the anime series. So but it said manga. So I'm like.
I don't know the difference.
Right?
For real.
Well, I have to I stopped after a certain arc because I was just like, okay, this is getting silly. Some of the stuff is just getting ridiculous. It's getting the whole Full Metal Alchemist, that very first Full Metal Alchemist movie where there was separate lives, and so Edward had a counterpart in our time instead of in his time and stuff like that. So I just thought there was just too many similarities, and I was just like, well, this is just an odd arc to have, in my opinion. So I never got back into it after that arc. So I might try rewatching it because I didn't mind it, but it just kind of got redundant after a while.
I feel you.
But that's all I have. The latest couple episodes of Delicious in Dungeon were pretty good. They're cranking up the elves have showed up to try to take care of the dungeon because it might overtake the town and stuff. So we'll see what happens there.
And the writers are seriously trying to lean into
this show has elves
people with dwarf fans.
Yeah, it's.
You mean the little?
Well, William, it's like Dungeons and Dragons,
but it's anime.
Where do we watch the Delicious and Dungeness?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay.
It's really good.
It's really good.
I'm not trying to trick you. It's okay. Anime will not be the problem.
That's the person who wants to uppercut me tonight.
Janae says she's not trying to trick us, Ando.
Yeah.
My husband watches it, Will.
Trick you either.
She says she's not trying to trick us, Ando.
Will, she gave us Food Wars. Are we ever really going to 100% believe what she said?
But Kat's also watched it. Why would she?
Yeah, my husband is the one who is like, ooh, it's Thursday. We got to watch the newest episode of Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh.
So,
Well, you and I got to talk offline about this. I'm looking at
we
you,
will,
Will,
we
not
will.
Kat, but you
We
and I
will.
have to communicate about
I
this.
promise you, it's really good.
So here's the thing, because you guys like action and comedy,
Yes.
you guys are gonna like it. It is
I don't know that clip
Absolutely.
that Will showed us last week about the dude putting the gun on the girl's boobs for stabilization. That is
That's
not realistic.
delicious.
That is not
I know, that's
realistic.
High School
Will.
Dating.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
That's a whole different
I don't
anime.
That wasn't High School Dating. That was the other
Oh, no,
one.
it's
That's
High
High School of the
Where
Dead.
did you find that, Will?
That's High School of the Dead. It's an anime called
hello,
High
you can
School
watch
of the
that on
Dead.
Netflix too.
You can watch that on
Oh,
Netflix too.
Yeah.
Yelp.
That's High School of the Dead, man.
Hey, Andrew. Good.
So,
Thanks for joining
Will,
us.
do we got time to talk comic books with Ty?
Yeah, if he's got some. What's up, Andrew? What's up, man?
If we have time, it's not. It's up to you.
Hey,
I just
it's
have to
Geek After
MCU
Dark. I
comic
think we
book
got time for comic
We got
books.
time.
We got Ty for Time's comic books. Or we got time for Ty's comic books. There we go. I've been drinking. I'm sorry, guys.
Take the can away from him.
Go ahead.
He can't talk no more.
Nope. You taking this can from me is like me taking your pizza bagels from you. It's not gonna happen.
It's all gone.
Well, Matt's still cooking them, right? They take time to cook, or you can't eat them. You break that pretty little smile you got.
We told
I told him I
y'all.
was okay. So
And he's the nice husband and still making sure that his wife is fed. You can't blame him for that. That's what a husband's supposed to do.
That's
A
what he's
happy
supposed to
wife
do.
is a happy life.
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah,
Right?
my husband learned that because I started threatening to chew his arm off.
Oh my god.
And Cat will do it. That's crazy.
And people wonder why I'm still single.
Yo, well, we just ain't find the right. Will, we just ain't find the right woman yet. Princess
You
Diana
just
could
gotta
have been
find
on
your
the
level
show
of
tonight.
crazy.
She could have been.
Princess
She
Diana
would
could've
have
been on the
She
show
really
tonight.
could have been. She really could have been. But it's all
Will
good.
Morgan.
But it's
And
all
she
good.
didn't
I
want
ain't
to-
hating.
So, yeah.
I ain't hating. We'll just say paying, but I ain't hating. I got much love, but we'll just ain't paying no
No,
more.
it ain't the same kind of love, Will. I get it.
Them subs.
I'm just saying, I used to tell my husband, like, hey, I'm getting hungry. We need to go eat. And we'd be at a convention. And he'd be like, okay, let's go get you something to eat. And he'd try and stop at every booth along the way. Until I finally explained, I'm getting to a point where I'm going to start chewing your arm off.
Oh,
So,
I
hell
will
no.
eat your arm if you
Oh,
don't
hell
take
no.
it.
Because I haven't
get
been
angry.
in a
Oh,
steady
hell
relationship
no. Your boy out.
I haven't been in a steady relationship for a really long time. When a girl says that she's hungry, that's like a 30-minute warning of shit's about to go down.
Oh,
Feed
that's
me.
Oh, yeah.
generous.
That's
30
yeah.
minute
Yeah.
warning.
That's generous.
Oh, that's
Okay.
so generous.
All right.
You're barely
All right.
5.
So, okay, 5 minutes. Got it.
So, sometimes with me,
Fuck,
it's
my
15.
expectations are bad.
It depends on if the headache
Look
is
what you
starting.
did.
You're
Look
welcome.
what you did. Look what you did, that poor Andrew.
Aw.
Andrew,
We're
go
sorry,
get some
Andrew.
Totino pizza pockets or some bagel rolls. Sorry,
Look-
Ty, go ahead. What kind of comic book news we
What
got?
kind of comic books you want to talk about real quick, bro?
Okay.
He's like,
Ty was
That's a hell of a
completely off the hook.
segue.
Like, huh?
That's a hell of a segue from a wife eating her husband's arm to comic books. All right, let's go.
Hey, that's
Anything
that's
can
happened
happen.
in the comic books.
No,
You got all more comic books. Okay.
Hungry and single. There we go, Will. We got our comic book. there.
Hungry and Single. There you go. Hungry and Single. Brand new comic book series.
Yep.
But you
Presenting
guys
Janae and
had
Kat
Andrew
as the
in
two
on that
main
because he gave you
characters.
the idea.
Why can't we keep guys, Janae? I don't know, Kat. Maybe because we keep eating them because we're so hungry. Give me my pizza bite.
Oh man.
shut up, I'm starving.
I mean, if I eat them, I don't have to share my
Janae is the
stuff.
very reason why you need to keep your Snickers on you at all times. You need a Snickers. And can't be no regular Snickers. It's got to be the king size Snickers. It's got to be.
And if
It's
you go
got
get
to be.
soup, it's got to be the chunky kind. That
It's got to
single
be the
Campbell.
chunky. She ain't taking none of that
single
doggone
Campbell's
vegetable
ain't
soup.
cutting it no more.
That little skinny
Progressive
vegetable soup with no meat in it? No, they ain't good enough for Janae. No.
Progressive may be more healthy, but you got to get the chunkies.
She got to get that. She got to get that chunky stuff, and then she got to get that meat and potatoes for
Oh my
real.
God.
I
And
ain't
then,
mad
and
at
then
her though.
Will, and then we're in trouble because, well, what are you trying to say? Am I chunky? No, you're hungry.
I love
How
that.
did we get here? I'm just saying,
Well, see,
man.
what happened is one day at band camp.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, man. Ain't no, I ain't mad at you, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a female that like to eat. I ain't mad. No. We ain't mad at it.
Nope.
Let him eat.
Now, if you try to take my food off my plate while I'm eating it, when we got problems.
Here's like a finger.
I would
among
ask
them.
first.
Janae, this is not asking. Oh my God, that looks good. Can I try some? You didn't even
No. I would ask you maybe your response. I would
the
not
thing
just
that be
take.
killing me, you ask them
Yep.
what they want to eat.
Oh
They
no, I'm
tell
good.
you,
I'm
and
good.
then you go get something, and
Yeah,
then
man.
they want what you have. I'm like,
That is good.
bruh, didn't I ask you what you wanted to eat? Bruh.
This is why we asked you 5 times. Do you want something? No, I'm good. Are you sure? Because
Or-
If you
or-
waited
and I
past
come
the
back, I'm not
15-minute
going
mark,
back
we
now.
couldn't tell you what we wanted because we were too hungry.
Yes.
You're just supposed to know.
The notebook. Like, what do you want? What do you want? It's not that
Read
simple.
our minds,
It's the
dang
same
it.
point where she'll get hungry for something, she'll forget to eat,
Did
and then
they
an
just
hour
say
later, it's
read
like,
our
okay,
mind?
let's
What?
go get this. And she's like, no, I'm not hungry anymore. It's like, you're still hungry. You still need, yeah, but that doesn't sound good anymore. I don't want it. Well, what do you want? I don't know. I'm so hungry. I don't know.
That's because you've passed the window.
Yep.
You get outside the window of hungry. You've bypassed hangry. Now we're stupid hungry.
I like the keyboard.
Oh, Ando has his pussy in his lap.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Gotta be somewhere.
I forgot to change this. There we go. I forgot to change that. There we go. I forgot to change that.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh man.
Ty, tell us your news.
This show's going off the rails. We gotta do it. We gotta do it, doggone
No,
it.
hold
We
on.
gotta
Before
do
we
it.
get-
You?
Before we get going, I just want to say that my sister heard me talking about her. She just sent me 2 texts, and I quote, "Stop using me as your examples, asshole. I remember to eat when I eat, asshole." So I've been called an asshole twice in less than 10 seconds. Now,
All right,
third
Ty, go
time,
ahead.
so my brother just
Go
started.
ahead, Ty. Go do your
Sorry.
thing, my brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Oh no, it's all good.
I just got called an asshole again.
Looking at the summer of what is coming up with comics right now, I think is maybe a little bit of a glimpse of what the MCU is looking at trying to do in the next 10 years. Because what is the current storyline? What is popular right now, and what is going to be the big overhaul of what we see in the comics this summer is going to be the big event is Blood Hunt, which is a bunch of vampire nonsense stuff going on. But also, we are wrapping up the Fall of X, but as the Fall of X wraps up, we are exploding into a shit ton of new X-Men storylines. I think the reason why we're being saturated so much with like the X-Men stuff in the comics, and we're being saturated with a lot of supernatural things, is I think Marvel's testing the waters. I think they are putting out the comic books because they're like, hey, we know that we need to come up with something 10 years from now, and we need to figure out how to slowly introduce people to more supernatural things and how to introduce people to what we want to see with X-Men. Because yes, they want to bring in the X-Men, but I don't think they want, they did X-Men 97. They're not going to do that for the MCU. So everyone needs to really get that out of their head, the idea of what we see in X-Men 97. That's not what we're going to see on screen.
You can't
so
get Daddy Magneto on the big screen. Sorry.
Exactly. So I think them saturating the market with all these comic book storylines of different X-Men stuff is kind of giving us a glimpse in what they might be trying to do. I'm not saying any one storyline is going to be the story we see. I'm just saying is I think they want people to get more familiar with maybe different characters. So instead of always relying directly on Cyclops, Jean Grey, and all of them, maybe they want to talk about magic. Maybe they want to talk about Boom Boom. Maybe they want to talk about Sunspot. Like all these other characters aren't necessarily the mainstream characters, because I think they're going to start doing some of those characters more. I mean, I think this is a glimpse into what we're seeing for the future. I mean, right now with the Blood Hunt storyline going on, there's a bunch of things. And if you guys don't know about what's going on with the Blood Hunt stuff, it's simply a sphere of darkness has taken over the earth and vampires have swarmed it. And so the entire planet is kind of dealing with that in their own way. Dracula is involved, Blade's daughter's involved, Blade is involved. There's just so many things. They just in the what I've been reading, spoilers, T'Challa has been turned into a vampire. Miles Morales just got turned into a vampire. So some of these, there's a lot of chaos going on right now to see what's happening, but it's very focusing on a lot of the supernatural elements in the Marvel universe. And again, I think that's a direction that Marvel's thinking about. I mean, Marvel's done the Avengers, they've done the mainstream. The last 10-15 years has been what everybody knows. It's the big, like, boom, this is the main team that everyone knows. I think going forward, they're already laying out the mat to see the Young Avengers. They're laying out the mat. We're going to have Thunderbolts.
Yes.
And I think right now they've already talked about, they really want to do Midnight Suns. We just had a Midnight Suns.
That's one that they should do.
Well, they just had a Midnight Suns storyline about a year and a half ago in the comics. We had a Midnight Suns video game coming up during this Blood Hunt. We're getting another Midnight Suns storyline. Again, I think they're introducing us to this like darker supernatural element so that people can get hyped and more familiar with that. So when it comes on screen, it's less of like, what is that? So I think that's what they're trying to do. I think it could be potentially good. I think there's a lot of cool aspects of that, because then you can kind of have these, especially with supernatural stuff, is you can have like these end of the world storylines that don't necessarily take place in the mainstream, because more often than not, the supernatural shit takes place on another plane of existence, or it takes place in the shadows and no one knows. But these are like threats that basically could end the entire planet.
Or in a situation with Midnight Suns, it's hey, you're inside a portal jumping in as real life events are happening.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of things happening, and so I think this could be potentially some good stuff. I think the other thing we're seeing is right now there's a lot of stuff going on in the Ultimate Universe in the comics, and I don't know if Marvel is intelligent enough to do this, but my suggestion to MCU, so Kevin Feige, if you're listening, if you're wanting to do some more animation stuff, yes, X-Men 97 is great. Don't soil it by trying to do all the other classic 90s, and just keep X-Men 97. That's great. Don't try to mess it up. What I think you should do going forward is, if you want to rival DC with their animation, start doing animated storylines to talk about the Ultimate Universe. Because then you don't have to have anything to do with the main universe. You can have it completely separate. You can tell those storylines that people know from the Ultimate stuff, and you can have a thriving Ultimate Universe in animation. Even do shows and movies, and it'll be completely separate from the MCU, but like very strong and powerful. And less money you have to spend on all the big box office sets and everything, and yet still being able to be very successful.
And it's a great way to build up characters that people don't know. If you can keep the trust of what X-Men 97 is and was, and then build on that. Like, so you have Iron Man, right? Yeah. Build an entire series off of Iron Man, right? People know who. Well,
you've already done Iron Man. I wouldn't want to restart the universe. That's cheating.
Yeah. The Defenders. I think that's a good one that they could throw into animations.
Apparently
I'm the only one on my vote on that one. That's okay.
I say Blue Marvel. That's just me.
That'd be cool.
You could. Like I said, I think in general with the Ultimate Universe,
Blue Marvel is the same one that partners up with Captain Marvel and Spectre, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought it was a way that Will didn't have to see Brie Larson as Captain Marvel anymore.
No, he's teamed up with Monica Rambeau.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. No, like I said though, I think if you're gonna go forward, didn't take the animated movie set the old Ultimate Universe.
I think they did a Spider-Man one. Not 100%.
Well, to be fair, the current MCU is taking tiny bits of the Ultimate Universe. I mean, the Nick Fury that we have is the Ultimate.
His Ultimate Universe.
Right.
So, but I think that we're so deep into what they've done with the MCU that it's no longer copying anything straight from any comic. It's taking storylines, but it's become its own thing. It's its own path. So just MCU, do what you want with it. I think going forward, if you want to really continue the MCU to be successful, yes, diving into the supernatural area of expertise would be a good path to go, because who doesn't love? I mean, Supernatural lasted for how many years? There's an element that you can kind of play with that, and then like you can still have some other story. You could do Thunderbolts where you have your bad guys doing good shit because they're all shitty heroes and shitty villains.
You're a bad guy, and it's okay to be bad because sometimes being bad is good, right? Watch Wreck-It Ralph, bro.
There you go. But so I think that could be a smart route to go, especially since right now in the comics, Ultimates are being pushed really heavy because they reset the Ultimate Universe. We've seen a lot of vampire stuff in the comics right now because the Blood Hunt is summer long, and the fact that the X-Men is being completely overhauled. By the way, if you guys are big X-Men fans, X-Men number is it 35 that comes out next month? Kat, is it X-Men 35?
I think it might be. It's on my X-Men is on my husband's sub list.
Okay. Well,
I like the animated X-Men. I can't get I don't know. I just can't read the comic. It's too much of whiny Scott.
I will say, X-Men. I think it's X-Men 35. I'm sure I'm probably wrong. Probably like 36. I'm totally wrong. But will be the legacy issue because in the legacy line it'll be X-Men number 700. So it'll be a big issue out there, guys. So like if you got 700 issues, that's a shit ton of issues. Like, no, we're not. Here's the thing. At this point in time, I don't want the original old school white Nick Fury. Why? He's awful. He's an awful character. No, like seriously, go back and read it. Like he's terrible. He's so bad. Like, at least the Samuel Jackson Nick Fury has a little bit of swagger with him, so it makes him a little bit more likable.
Yeah.
No, the classic Nick Fury is a piece of shit. He will manipulate anyone he possibly can. That's why they chose this Nick Fury, because the other one is like, yeah, he kind of sucks. He's totally super okay with killing heroes if it gets the job done.
Well, he was kind of like that when he showed up in Spider-Man, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm not saying Samuel Jackson Nick Fury isn't perfect or anything. I'm just saying there's a drastic difference.
I can give him that. It was so bad that it was funny.
I mean, if you talk about that, you can talk about the TV Captain America movie, even the motorcycle helmet. But no, that's what I think. Like I said, we're seeing all these different comics coming up. There's a lot of cool stuff in the comics right now. I do think it's kind of with all the stuff that's happening right now, I think it's what we're going to be seeing in the future. I think the next 10 years of the MCU, if it's going to survive and exist, that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to get us more familiar with these characters. They're getting us more familiar with what we might be coming up against the next couple of years. And I think that's what this is a trial run for them. If the comics come out and everyone's like, this is awful, then they're going to be like, okay, we need to switch gears. We can't do this, guys. This is clearly not selling. People don't like it. It's bad. Let's change it. So I think this is what we're going to see coming forward. It's smart of them too, because really, if you're going to test the waters about spending billions of dollars on a movie, 8 years from now, why not do a comic book to come out right now and spend way less and see if people like it? If they like it,
the anime shows, if you do that too, is a good way, like we said earlier, to build up the character and see people are invested in them.
Well, you could do that. I want to be careful. You don't want to do too much of the same thing. Like I don't want to see a whole 2 or 3 different types of TV shows about Peter Parker Spider-Man, and then you try to do a live action Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's going to be oversaturated, and then you're also going to have that one person who's like, "Oh, this was my Spider-Man," and then when you make the live action, it's not the same, and it's you got to be careful with that. So I think you need to make them similar, but not too. If you're going to do X-Men, do an X-Men team that's not what you're going to do for live action. If you're going to do That's again another reason why I think he wasn't.
So wait. Can we go ahead and get a Scott Summers X-Men animated show and leave Scott Summers off the live action, so we don't get whiny Scott?
That's why we have X-Men 97 right now.
Okay.
So you're right. That's one thing. So the Age of Ultron Avengers movie does steal the title from an Age of Ultron comic, but has nothing to do with the Age of Ultron comic, which is kind of sad because the Age of Ultron comic is dope. It's in an alternate timeline where Ultron does win, and he takes over the entire planet, and basically a small resistance group has to try to take him on. And ultimately, just like kind of like Apocalypse, they have to use time travel to go back in time and stop it from happening because they can't defeat them right here. They have to either jump to a new reality or they have to go back in time to prevent it from happening in the first place. So yes, the Age of Ultron comic was a great one, but yes, it has nothing to do with the movie, and they stole that title, which sucks because that comic actually came out, I think, like 5 or 6 years before that movie came out. So everyone thought it was going to be that movie.
And this is why I hate Scott Summers.
Only line is Gene.
Show me my X-Men.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry. That first episode, you know.
His punk ass.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The coolest thing I'm gonna do is in the first 45 seconds of this animated show. Okay, you guys don't have to watch any more of me.
I did like his joke when they took off his glass. Don't do that. Gotcha. Like,
yeah, but that was it. Like as far as Scott being cool for the rest of the season, like he blew his load all in one shot.
it was just down. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Of course, Janae would laugh at that.
You have to be careful, John, about bringing the Maker in, because I think you need to bring the Maker in animation. That's what I'm saying. Do the Ultimate Universe, because that's going to be way easier to do. If you do it live action, there is so much risk of fumbling that. The Maker is such a the Reed Richards is such a it's the same issue they had with bringing in what's his face, Hank Pym. That's why when they did Ant-Man, they skipped over Hank Pym and went.
They did. They really did.
Because Hank Pym is a very complicated, and there's issues with his character. He was abusive to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He is an egotistical asshole. He and Reed Richards in every other time, like when you look at multiverse timeline, they're almost always pieces of shit. They are.
I would just say, before you go into getting the Maker, we need at least one decent Fantastic Four movie.
Yes.
Oh, you mean you didn't like the ones with Jessica Alba? Oh,
they were okay.
It was okay. The rest of it was kind of trash.
The first movie was fun for its moment. I don't need to think about it after that. The Silver Surfer one was bad.
It was terrible. I agree. I get that one.
The only scene in that movie that is worth watching, and it is pretty hilarious, is when you get the opening scene where Stan Lee is trying to attend the wedding. And he's like, I'm Stan Lee. And they're like, yeah, okay, haha, guy. And they're trying to kill. He's like, no, really, I'm Stan Lee. And they're carrying him out of the wedding. That is a funny scene. It's great. The actor who played Silver Surfer wasn't bad. I just don't think they wrote the character well for the movie, because clearly they had no idea.
Oh my God, Andrew, we don't bring up that movie. We do not bring up the 2015 remake. We do not.
I didn't go there.
Fuck no.
That thing was trash.
The 2015 remake.
Horrible.
They pulled 4 storylines to try and create one movie.
It was horrible.
And it was just this. It was this circle of dumpster fires.
I'm sorry,
okay,
but there is one good thing that came out of that movie. You want to know what that is?
Michael B. Jordan?
We got Killmonger.
Yeah.
Had we not had him there, we probably would have never got Kim as Killmonger. So Human Torch will always come back.
I'm a big fan of Miles Teller, and I'm not saying that he was a perfect role, but there were parts that Miles Teller played with that was good. I don't think Kate Mara was right for the role. Mm-hmm. And the guy that played Dr. Doom and the guy that played the Thing, no. Get him out. Get him out. No.
All right.
And then again, I'm a Miles Teller fan. I really enjoyed him in the new Top Gun Maverick.
I love him in what is it? What's the War Games? Or not War Games? What is the one where it's based off a true story where he's the arms dealer? War Pigs, right?
Yeah, with Jonah Hill.
Yeah, that's a great one. And then he also did a movie called Get a Job, which is so great. Yeah. The Doom hallway sequence was each their own. Like no hate. Like if you like something, you like something. So no, seriously, I'm being serious. Like there will always be movies and shows that there will be scenes that people love and are drawn to. I love Power Rangers. Power Rangers is awful. I love Power Rangers, but it's so great and fun to watch. But
my son is not into Power Rangers.
Dude, I love Power Rangers, man.
Yeah, he's into Power Rangers. He got the OGs for his birthday, and so my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, I'll make the Megazord for you," and he's like, "No," and so he went out to play, and so he still made the Megazord, and he just to show him. So he sewed it all together, and he's like, put it back the way it was.
Not
He's
let
like,
me
why
have
he
Gopher's
do
plan.
that? Why he do that? But then he's trying to make it himself. So it's like he was just showing you.
Right. Right.
So when he said put it back, did he kick him in the shins?
No. He was
Like, you really need to send that message home of don't touch my stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I'm kicking him in the shins.
Like he just
Did
said
he-
put it back.
Did he do the Doritos commercial? Don't touch my mama. Don't touch my Power Rangers. Got it? Love that commercial. Will knows what I'm talking about.
No, but this is why he won't. We can't even watch the new Knuckles show anymore because Knuckles was eating Cool Ranch Doritos and he took Mama's chips.
Oh
And so
no!
he won't. He refuses to watch it now because
Has anybody
Knuckles
seen
ate
the
Mama's
Knuckles show?
chips.
I've heard
That was
good.
pretty good.
It's really
I haven't
good.
seen it.
We can't.
Yeah,
we're not
I haven't
allowed
seen
to
it,
watch it
so.
with him because Knuckles stole Mama's chips.
Dang. Dang.
No, but yeah, it's like,
Oh, dude,
if you like that
well,
scene
you know
from
what?
Fantastic Four, that's
that's a-
totally fine. Like again, everybody has what they like. So
Yeah.
there's no hate whatsoever, unless you come to me and say you love Madam Web. Then there's an issue. There.
Oh, we're going back to
I love Madam Web.
If you come to me and say that, I'm gonna have to. I'm you know.
Ty, I like Madam Web.
This is the same diamond that likes 50 Shades of Grey because of Dakota Johnson.
Yes.
It's
No.
horrible movie too.
It's not because of what's his name that plays Christian Grey. It is strictly because of Dakota Johnson. That is
Yes.
it. You cannot change her mind.
Like, how did you know?
What else has Dakota Johnson been in? Like, she is known for 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Grey Darker, 50 Shades Grey Freed.
At this
and
point, she is the
Madam Web.
Daisy Ridley of anything because
Yeah.
because she
Whoa.
pops up and she no because Daisy Ridley shows up in Star Wars, gets her big debut, comes out of Star Wars, is like, I don't need Star Wars, I'm so big, and then guess what? She ain't fucking shit, and she's coming back to Star Wars.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, Dakota
Well,
Johnson,
the
she ain't
movies were
shit.
horrible,
Go back to doing your shitty PG-13 bondage movies. Go back there because that's all you're good for.
All right, guys.
13 bondage movies.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and start wrapping this puppy up.
Can I ask one question, Will? I gotta ask one question. Janae,
What?
did you get
Hold on.
more pizza bagels yet?
No, I told him no, thank you. I was okay.
And he listened to you.
Yes, he listened to me.
I want them. Can you send them my way? I'm hungry.
First,
I don't know
off,
if they'd still be hot if we get in the car and deliver them to you, but
you can always turn the heater on and keep them warm.
I got a microwave.
right?
You can
I
turn
got
the heater on in
also.
the car.
Facts.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying you can turn the heater on. It
Facts.
might get a little uncomfortable for you, but that's why they make Dairy Queen on the way home. So you
Oh
can
my
cool
god!
off.
One of these nights,
So-
Janae, you should do Geek Gauntlet from my house, and I do it from your house. We just change.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That'll be so much
This
fun.
really messes people.
Exactly.
Oh
and
my
then hey,
goodness.
So,
hey, that same episode, I'll get Rob onto the Geek Gauntlet podcast, and people think that it's me. That's perfect.
Fool
think Pat's
everybody.
husband can
Johnson was
just-
also
Pat-
in the social network, but I don't remember her in that.
I agree with John for that. 50
There
Shades animated.
must
yeah,
not have
she
been
was
anything
in it.
worthwhile. The social network.
That's right. Yeah, she was in that one, but she
Yeah,
was overshadowed by
They
Brendan Strong.
couldn't. They're idiots. I don't know why they keep trying to whittle that fucking line into the movies. Like, if you're gonna say it, just say it. Just say with
Yeah.
great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
Don't try to like
Right.
sit here and be
They're
like,
not
let me
to trade-
reinvent
they're
the
not
wheel.
to trade it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
we're
I
gonna
just
reinvent the
say
wheel.
that the best version of that line was
Is the
uttered
original?
by was uttered by Leslie Nielsen in the superhero movie when he is laying in the middle of the street and he goes, "Remember, with great power," and then Drake Bell looks at him and goes, "Comes great responsibility." I was gonna say more pussy, but if you want to be a virgin for the rest of your life,
Remember, folks. You have the parent
Leslie,
and graduate illicit content right there. Remember, you see it right
It is-
there.
it is Geek After Dark. You are
And Will
here on
did
your
not
own
say it,
accord.
damn it.
And plus,
I don't know.
that line in Madam Web is delivered so stupidly because that
Yeah.
guy that delivers it, we first see him in the beginning of the movie, like part of a tribe and all like weird tribal stuff. And then we see him later and he's just in like jeans and a t-shirt. He's just like, hi. Was he just lazy
Yeah.
on set that day and they didn't want to put him in all the outfit? And they're like, just show up in whatever you're wearing. He's like, dope, I'll do it. I'll show up and give him
Yeah.
deliver the line.
There we go.
Hey, Ty, remember, When you take on more responsibilities, power of greatness will come. Wait, was that my line? Fuck it, leave it in. It's Madam Web. Nobody's watching this movie anyway except Ty. That's it. Ty's the only one gonna watch the movie.
I made the mistake.
And that guy in the fourth.
I told you
and
not
that guy
to,
in
buddy.
the fourth row at the movie theater who's
I
masturbating.
told you not to, Ty.
She ain't gonna make it.
told
Yeah,
you
well,
not to.
I've learned now. I will never watch it again.
With knowing how bad that movie is, Ty, and knowing that the guy in Chicago who got arrested for masturbating in the movie theater, do you think he masturbated at the movie because it was that boring and he needed something to do? Was that just
I think people who are perverts and creeps have a weird mind, and I don't really want to think what they're thinking. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
No comment.
They're weird.
No comments.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Will you masturbate in movies?
Hell no.
I don't know. You're responding really quickly to no comment. And that's
Hell no.
that's making me question things.
Hell no.
Will, where are you going?
Will,
Like,
Ty,
Hell no.
Will is putting it away as we speak
Fluctuating.
because of this podcast tonight. That's why Will's been really quiet tonight, because he had to put it away. Will has been doing it on the broadcast. We just did not know.
No, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and go around the room real quick. Get final thoughts before we get out of here tonight. I'm gonna start with you, Diamond. What you got going on this week? Oh, no, I didn't, Andrew. No, I didn't. No, don't put that on me, Andrew. Don't put that on me. No, don't put that on me. No.
so we
Sorry,
record
Will.
the
I
time
started something bad.
at 8:36 p.m. Pacific time. Will was caught.
No, Will was not caught. Every woman in here is like a sister to me, so no.
I mean, we don't know what's on your other screen.
Also, I mean, what are Ando and I to you? Because you just said there was a sister. What are we to you?
Well, you two don't count because I'm not. You two don't count because I don't swing that way. So
That we know
What are you
of.
trying to say? I'm not- What are you trying to say?
I don't swing that way, sir. No.
Ando, I think he just called
It's
you ugly.
2024. It's
Oh
accepted.
fuck!
I ain't call anybody anything. I just don't swing that way. I ain't call nobody nothing. I just don't swing
You'll
that way.
swing
I'm
over
gonna put
here,
my cat back on
and he
camera.
swings it over here, and then he swings it everywhere.
Oh,
I don't swing that way. No.
what's happening?
Ando, stop showing us the pussy.
We're doing it for free. You gotta pay for that.
That's OnlyFans
now-
material right
That's
there.
OnlyFans material, man. Come on, man. You gotta charge people for that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Ando, you forgot to save it for the OnlyFans.
Gotta say it for OnlyFans, man.
Oh,
Got
gosh.
to. Got to. All right.
Yeah, that's our new saying. With great responsibility comes great personalities. There
There
we
you
go.
go. There you go. Hell yeah. There you go. All right. Let's go around the room. Diamond, go ahead. What's going on
Andrew.
this week?
After dark.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
See, look, I got my tank top on there, baby.
Oh gosh. You can't show side boob here. Sorry, we
You
can't.
but it was
like
tasteful
side
side
boob?
boob.
Well, you shouldn't like side boob, because that's my side boob.
Is Ando gonna start twerking or something for us on the camera? Is that what's gonna happen?
I'm cutting off this podcast if he starts doing it. Immediately in stream. I'm not
I am
doing
not
no
in my
damn-
shorts tie, so no, I'm not.
Oh Lord! Immediately in stream. No credits, no nothing. Immediately in
You're not in
stream.
your shorts. Are you admitting
I
that
got
you're
my
not wearing
finger on the
pants?
button right now, like they did in that old War Games movie back in the day. I got my finger on the button. I'm ready. In stream. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. In stream. In stream. Here we go. Anyway.
But that's all, folks.
Oh my goodness. What you got going on this week, Diamond?
Holy
I'm trying to breathe.
Yeah, what the hell going on?
Simon is streaming right now, and someone's watching her stream, and she's just dying laughing, and no one knows what's happening.
Everybody knows why.
It's a fever dream,
Well,
man.
now they have to go back and watch the whole rest of the episode to see why she's laughing so hard.
Yep. Facts.
And there's going to be that one person that's on there like, good God, Geek Gauntlet sucks. This is like Madam Web.
Is it the same guy who's masturbating?
We need to set up a tip.
It's my
thing
fan
and
club.
then
What are you
put a
talking
link
about?
There.
I am down for the premium viewers.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, Dom, I'm gonna
Patreon.
come back to you. I'm gonna come back to you in a second. I'm gonna try to get to somebody who's not laughing hysterically. I was gonna go to Janae, but she's laughing hysterically, so she ain't no good right now. Kat seems okay. Kat seems somewhat together. What you got going on this week, Kat?
Oh, I actually have a lot going on this week. So, of course, over at Geek News Now, we should have MCU Monday coming back this week for Monday.
Don't die,
I did
Janae.
take last week off. We are going to have the Sith Dominion on Tuesday. Your newest episode of War of the Stars will be up on Podbean, iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, as well as anywhere else where you get your weekly podcast from. And then we should have Sith Dominion back on Thursday as well, because like I said, they took a hiatus last week as well. And then you'll be right back here with us on Saturday over on my personal YouTube channel over at Shield Bins Creative Creations. Tomorrow, hopefully, I will have the unboxing up of the Rick and Morty makeup collection from Sheglam. So you can see what I thought of that and kind of see kind of what the cool stuff was that came in the box.
There we go. All right. Now, let me roll back over. I thought I'll come
thank
back.
you, Andrew, for MCU Monday. We'll be talking about X-Men 97 episode 10 on Monday.
Yeah. All right. Diamond. What, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm good.
That's a lie.
No, I'm good.
Diamond said that she was ready to talk at the Geek Gauntlet podcast. The lie determined that was a lie.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the topics were for this week. I knew you guys were going to be back. So.
Oh, yeah. Come back. Yeah.
CHH.
All right, Dom, go ahead, Dom.
Okay. I'm gonna start streaming recording the Lost Legacy on Twitch later this week.
You just can't.
Oh, my gosh. You want to repeat that one more time, Diamond?
I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna start streaming Uncharted Lost Legacy on Twitch.
Okay, so I got
So translate
Uncharted.
that for everybody out there. She's going to be streaming Uncharted.
Maybe she should
Lost
type it
Legacy.
and one of us will read
Uncharted
it
Lost
for her.
Legacy.
Type it in, one of us will read it. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. All right, while she's typing away, Todd, what you got going on this week, buddy?
Oh gosh, well, for the long 3-day weekend, super excited. So I'm gonna be trying to catch up on way too many shows. I've been rewatching Justice League the animated series and realizing it was just always so peak. It was just great. You can't beat it. I've been watching my first Super Sentai series, so trying to blow through that. Rewatching Sword Art. So too many shows watching. And then exactly trying to read some comic books, get caught up on that, and I don't know, just enjoying that 3-day weekend and not having to be at work. So that's always a bonus.
There you go. All right, Ando, what you got going on this week?
First off, Ty, it's after dark, so fuck you and your 3-day weekend. Right into a
I have a
place where
3-day
I'm not-
weekend too.
I got a 3-day weekend too. After tomorrow.
So so you want to repeat that again, Ando?
Fuck all of you and your 3-day weekends. I'm not going to discriminate.
So I kind of have like a 4-day weekend. Oh, wait, I make my own schedule.
Yeah. I was like, you're tired. You shush.
I hate you all. No.
You're all about boss.
Yeah, no, I guess that's what I get for bringing Geek After Dark and giving all of our premium content to our free viewers on Twitch and YouTube. Nah, man, I got work going on. I got the final week of the month, kind of pushing out some sales. Personally wise, I will be on the Sports Report podcast on Monday to talk NBA playoffs and horrible baseball umpiring. That is absolutely horrible. Personally, also, I'm going to try and get my Twitch stream back up and running. Not sure what I'm going to stream, but I got some ideas, be it Xbox and Switch. But other than that, just kind of trying to keep my head above water and living life to the fullest that I can.
Hey, if you need some help with advertising, Ando, just give me a call. I'll get you.
I'll give you. You know what? You're one of like 4 people that haven't taken my personal number in the Facebook
Facebook chat thingy that we do. So I'm slightly heartbroken, man.
I wasn't paying attention to my phone. I was watching TV, so I didn't know that we put phone numbers in there. So I guess
you know what I will say. Hats off to my esteemed colleagues to the right and Kat and William. They did not only follow. Oh, I gotta pull Jeff Goldblum here. Hats off to my esteemed colleagues. To my right, Kat and William. Yeah, both guys. And the girl. Kat's a girl. Okay. They both added me. Not just on the phone call thingy, ringy dingy thingy, but they also added me on this this chat of snapping thing where you snap chats and you take pictures of yourself. Appropriate pictures, of course. You don't want to send inappropriate stuff. Can't trust the internet or the wide web of world these days. I wish Janae would message me back. But she hasn't. Maybe it's because I'm that one football fan. I'm out for the summer. Goodbye, Andrew. It's always a pleasure for you to stop by and say you got a 3. Well, fuck you, Andrew. 3 months weekend.
3 months
cheeseburger. Hey, cheeseburgers are good with cheese bun and burger. Okay. All right, there we go. That's my Jeff Goldblum impression. But yeah, that's all I got, guys.
All right. Janae.
Yes.
What you got coming up this weekend?
Is she recovered enough to talk?
Maybe.
What you got coming up this weekend?
Yourself?
For this 3-day weekend, I'm hoping to move my art supplies to my table, possibly.
Why are you hating?
And actually doing it.
Why are you hating, Andrew? Why are you hating?
Don't worry, he doesn't give me his premium.
I'll go ahead and put my phone number in the group just to make everyone happy, and my Snapchat and all that fun stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
Andrew over here hating on you.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to do that. I'm gonna hopefully try to sit down and write down what I want to design for my hat. My daughter's already designed her hat, and I've posted it on different social medias of what she did for her hat that we bought, but I still have not decided what I want to do for my hat that I have, because I saw on the Instagram machine that there was a person that did a similar hat and did Sailor Moon, and so it's like, okay, now I got to buy another hat and do a Sailor Moon one, and then what I was originally going to do. So,
did you like my snap I put in the group there, Will?
Nope, not adding you. Nope.
I see you.
If it's a fitting one, right?
I see you.
Nope.
I see you.
Nope. I don't add people with the name Devil. That's perfectly fine, but Devil, nope, that's the. I like that side smirk. That's perfect.
You don't want free premium photos, Andrew? Well, I mean,
hey, you know what? Those aren't going to be free for much longer. We get this Geek Gauntlet OF up and running, man. This beard right here, you're only going to see on OF.
I mean, to be fair, Ando will probably do the free previews to get everyone to go in. No,
yo, that's fucked up, man. Why doesn't my face have to be the free one, bro?
And I think what Diamond meant to say is that she is streaming Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Did I get that right, Diamond?
Yeah.
So is it Diamond, I'm going to be serious for a minute. As a video game streamer, do you stream just one system, or do you have a preference of which video game system you stream, or are you kind of all over the place?
So I just stream on one system, which is my PS4.
Okay. So you use like a capture card then and everything like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
All right, you guys. All right, somebody got a morpher going on. As they answer their morpher, we're going to get on out of here. Your boy got to go to work tomorrow. For Kat, for Ando, for Diamond, for Ty, for Janae, we will see you guys all next week right here on the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. Everybody have a good week. Have a safe week. Happy Memorial Day. And everyone take care.